Well, how you doing, friends? How you doing, new viewers? I'm Ion Prime, and today I got some interesting stories to talk about today. First up is Zack in Final Fantasy Trilogy, and you can cause some maximum carnage with a kaiju. Yeah, first up, we're going to talk about Zack. He's been a playable character in Final Fantasy VII Remake and in Rebirth, and it's definitely been a little confusing because we've always known what his ultimate fate was. But in a recent interview with director Naoki Hamaguchi, his presence in the Trilogy remake doesn't mean that his fate has necessarily changed. This is what he had to say, quote, "Since we're telling this story as a trilogy, it's essential to keep players engaged until the very end. For that reason, we've structured the narrative so that the central question, whether the protagonist's fates will truly change, remains unresolved until the very end." He goes on to say, "However, this doesn't mean that everything can change." Will Zack die? Is he going to swap dimensions like a lot of people have theorized and be able to live in harmony with Cloud and everybody else forever? I don't know. We'll find out at some point. I'm guessing we will get some kind of reveal on this game. I'm thinking Summer Game Fest, which is coming up in just a couple of weeks. June 5th is when that's happening. I hope we get the reveal, and probably next year at some point we'll get to play the game. That's what I'm hoping. We shall see, though. But I've loved every minute of what we've gotten so far, and I cannot wait for this third installment. Next up, if you have an Evercade system, there are two new sets of cartridges that are be coming in June. Neo Geo Arcade 4, it's going to have Baseball Stars 2, which I always love playing in the arcade, Metal Slug 4, King of the Monsters, that was another fun one in the arcade, Deep Cut Robo Army, and 4 other classics will be on that cartridge. And then Activision Collection 3, it'll have some 80s classics like Barnstorming, A Chopper Command, Kaboom, that was a fun one, Laser Blast, and 9 other classics on that one. Now, both of these cartridges, they are available for pre-order right now, and again, they will release coming up next month in June. This is kind of cool. The original Doom, it is certainly a classic. It's never going to die, which is a great thing, but the soundtrack for the original game is now never going to be lost either. And that is because the Library of Congress, yes, is adding the soundtrack to the National Recording Registry to be basically preserved until the end of time. That is really cool. I mean, it's an eclectic soundtrack for sure. It's got heavy metal, techno, it's got some ambient music that mixed in with all the demon killing. So yeah, definitely an eclectic soundtrack. But I'm a huge fan of game soundtracks. I love listening. One of my favorite soundtracks is for Streets of Rage 4. I love that one. Double Dragon Revive, that's a really good soundtrack. Of course, the Final Fantasy games, I love their soundtracks. But I hope to see more game soundtracks get this kind of treatment. Just mentioned Final Fantasy, Super Mario Brothers, that music is iconic. Legend of Zelda, Chrono Trigger has some great... I could talk for about 30 minutes just on all the different game soundtracks that I think should get preserved just like this one. But really cool. The Doom soundtrack, it is now in the Library of Congress, and it's going to be preserved until the end of time, which is just fantastic. And Lego, definitely a big deal nowadays, and especially got the numerous specialty sets that are out there right now. They got Star Wars and Marvel, and they've teamed up with, they're doing the Nintendo set, the PlayStation set coming soon, Sega Genesis getting their own set as well. But they released the Great Deku Tree from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time a while back. Well, that set is now expected to be delisted coming up in July-ish. So if you have been wanting to get that set and have not had the chance to order it, now will probably be the time to do it because, like I said, it's going to be delisted and not be available for purchase after that. To be honest, I really wish I had room for Lego. I don't. I've always enjoyed Legos, but yeah, I just don't have the room. And really, I'm more interested in getting the minifigs that come with those sets. And I know we got specialty stores here where I live. We have a store called Bricks and Minifigs where you can pick up just minifigs and other Lego pieces. But I want like the actual minifigs that come with the sets. I wish Lego would sell that just on its own. I'd be more interested in getting those than the actual sets themselves. I don't know why. I like those minifigs that come with it, but just me. And finally, There is a new indie game that is coming soon. It's called You Are the Monster. Now, in this game, you play as various kaiju, and you get to go around destroying buildings. You get to destroy vehicles, tanks, whatever is attacking you. Basically, you get to go in and just destroy an entire city. It looks like an absolute blast. You can unlock more powerful monsters as you progress through the game, and gameplay footage is available online right now. It looks absolutely awesome. It's coming to Steam on June 18th. So we got about a month or so before the game does release. But again, this looks like an absolute blast of a game to play. And I need to reactivate my Steam account. And I think I need to download this so I can play it because it just looks like a lot of fun. No word though on if it will be coming to consoles anytime soon. I wish it would. I think it'd be cool. This would be a cool game to have on consoles. All right, so time now for the ending segment of what is or why is it in my collection. And today I'm looking at 3 Nintendo games that I have, and well, they're classics. Growing up with the Nintendo, you had to have these games, whether you rented them, whether you traded with friends. But it is Castlevania, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, and Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Love these games. Now, okay, I want to say Castlevania, obviously love Castlevania. Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse is definitely my favorite of the trilogy. Love this game, beaten it several times. Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, I had this, and I never had the Nintendo Power that kind of, gave little hints about where to go and, what the different things mean and how to get it, because I got to a certain point, I was just like, I have no idea what to do or where to go, but I really wish I had that Nintendo Power that had that. I know that there's online guides for it now. I would need that online guide if I were to actually play through this once again. So I don't know. I have to take some time and maybe pick it up at some point. But yeah, Castlevania 2, Castlevania 3. Love these games on the NES. Looking forward to the new Castlevania coming out a little bit later this year. I have the instruction manual for the first Castlevania, which is pretty cool. Got the Famicom controller there, and everything's not in color, which is kind of disappointing, but you still have all the characters and everything for it. But cool to have the instruction manual for that. I need to find the instruction manuals for these other two as well. I know at some point, and maybe it got lost somewhere in a move, or maybe my mom and dad just tossed it. But I did have this complete in box. I did that as a kid, as I kept the boxes and everything for these games. And yeah, I guess my parents, as I moved out and moved on, they probably just got rid of all of it. But Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, and Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, fantastic Nintendo games. Glad to have these in my collection, and yeah, I'll go by and pick them up if you're looking to build your collection. Definitely get these. I think the prices of 3 have gone down recently. Don't put that in stone for me, though, but I don't think they're as expensive as what they used to be. I know the first Castlevania used to be really expensive, but I think I found this one for $25, I think it was, and I think I paid $40 for this one, I believe. But anyway, so there we go. I love these games. I may have to go. I have the Castlevania collection. I may have to just go through and play them. Anyway. I digress. I'm Ion Prime, folks. Thank y'all so much for watching today. If you like the video, be sure to like it. If you dislike it, hit that dislike button. I don't mind that at all. If you are new to the channel and you want to become a subscriber, I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's see. Everything I talked about today, I will have my sources down in the description below, so be sure to stop by those sources and get some more details about what I talked about today. And obviously in the comments section, I welcome your comments, whether you want to talk about anything that I've talked about today. Do that in the comment section down below. But again, thank you for watching. Keep your controllers charged, my friends. Have a great weekend, and I will be back on Monday with some more gaming news. Thank you so much.